Good morning, class. Today's topic is cloning vectors and hosts that are used in the recombinant DNA technology. First, in the first step, we have to separate and isolate the DNA fragment from the material, from the source. The action of restriction enzyme result fragments of DNA that is separated by the gel electrophoresis. This is the technique used for the separation of DNA from the source by using the gel electrophoresis. We know that the DNA have the negative charged particles or the negative nature of the DNA. It totally depends upon the gel electrophoresis on the negative side of the DNA or the negative nature of the DNA. External electrical field is applied to the medium to move the DNA towards the anode. So the medium or the matrix used in known as the agarose gel. Dextrose and agar powder combined together to form the agarose gel. It is a natural polymer and extracted from the seaweeds or the kelp, or we can say it is a brown algae. So it is the medium which is used to separate the DNA and move to the anode. The medium acts as a sieve. Actually, it is used as a sieve, and it separates the DNA according to their size. Smaller fragments and then bigger fragments. It separated DNA is strained with the help of the lithium bromide. How we have to know this is the DNA fragments? So DNA have to stain with the help of the lithium bromide, and when it is exposed to the ultraviolet radiation, we find the bright orange color band of the DNA in the gel or in the agarose gel. The separated bands of the DNA cut out from the agarose gel and extracted from the gel piece. This process is known as the elution. So elution is the process by which the DNA is separated from the agarose gel as a piece of gel piece, and the purified DNA fragments now constructing the recombinant DNA by joining with their cloning vector. So first step is the separation and isolation of the DNA with the help of the gel electrophoresis. You can see here the plate of the gel electrophoresis. It have two area, anode and cathode, and the mixture of the DNA molecules of the different size have to put into a well like structure. This is the gel electrophoresis. The power source is applied over here. The shorter molecules is moved from the cathode to the anode area. This is the electrophoresis, the separation of the DNA fragment based on the size. The lithium bromide is used as an staining, and when it is exposed to the ultraviolet radiations, we can find a dark band-like structure on the gel plate. You can see here the band when it is exposed into the ultraviolet light, ultraviolet rays. Second very important tool is used is known as the cloning vector. After separation by the method of the gel electrophoresis, a cloning vector is required. A cloning vector is a small piece of the DNA that is taken from a virus, a plasmid of a bacteria sometimes, then can be stably maintained in an organism, and into which a foreign DNA fragments can be inserted by the cloning process. So cloning purpose is the common vector used for this purpose is known as the plasmids, the extracircular DNA molecules, and bacteriophages or the T2 viruses. So what salient features having for the cloning vector? What required salient feature? One is the ability to replicate within the bacterial cell. It have to ability to replicate in the bacterial cell. independently of the chromosomal DNA. And high copies numbers per cell have to performs. For example, plasmids can give 15 to 100 copies per cell. So an alien DNA, which is the foreign DNA, when integrated with the vector, it can be multiplied to form an equal number of copies of the vector. The same number of copies multiply same number of copies equal to the vector. The vector can be engineering by for easy linking of foreign DNA and selection of recombinant DNA from the both non-recombinant and recombinant both. So vector can be engineered for the easy linking of the foreign DNA. The vector is used, common vectors. Gene cloning with the different vectors in the bacteria and viruses. You can see in this picture. It is a plasmid or extra circular DNA plasmid. Plasmid vector is taken, foreign gene have to introduce it with the help of the DNA ligase. And after the formation of the recombinant DNA molecules, it have to introduce by the process of the transformation into the host cell. When again host cell is multiplied, you can find here the recombinant DNA, the foreign DNA copies. If we used a virus, then viral DNA, virus is the viral DNA or the vector, foreign gene extracted, recombinant with the DNA molecules, and it packaged into the mature virus for the transfection. The recombinant DNA molecules is found. When so many viruses are found, that viruses make the different copies, number of copies of the recombinant DNA molecules. So with the help of the T2 virus and with the help of the plasmid, we can make so many copies of the desired DNA. Now, what are the features to facilitate the cloning into the vectors? What is the features is there must be into the vector? The first features that facilitate cloning into the vectors are the origin of replication. Means the origin of replication is responsible, that is known as the ORI genes, from where the replication is to be started. Second is the selective marker. After marker is used in the technology, cloning site must be there, and the vector for cloning genes in plants and animals is also responsible. The features responsible for to facilitate the cloning into the vector. Now come to the point that is the origin of replication or ORI. Sequence on the DNA where replication start. It is known as the ORI. Alien DNA when linked to the ORI, it replicates within the host cell, and it regulates and controls the copies and number of the linked genes or alien genes or target gene or foreign gene. So it regulates and controls the copies of that gene. If multiple copies of the targeted DNA required, then target DNA be cloned in a vector whose origin of replication suppose high in number. Second very important criteria is the selective marker. Selective markers identify and eliminate non-transformant from the transformant. So it is used to differentiate the transformant gene and the non-transformant gene. It is selectively permit the growth of the transformant only. There is no requirement of the non-transformant here. So only transformant have to grow. So selective marker is used. Transformation is the procedure actually those which the recombinant RNA is introduced into the host bacterium change into the phenotype. It change the phenotype. Example means E. coli resistant against the ampicillin, and it is a selective marker. And chlorophenol, ficonol, tetracyclines or kanamycin. These are the antibiotics that are used as a selective marker which is lacked in the other bacteria. The cloning sites is also play very important role in the formation of the recombinant DNA technology. Reason in the vector where the ligation or the targeted DNA that takes place is site is known as the cloning site. From the site from which we have to make clones. number of clones. It is created by the commonly used specific recognition, and that is known as the sites or areas from where the vector, when ligated of the alien DNA, take place. It is known as the cloning site. PBR 322. It is a genetically engineering plasmid. This is made by the scientist, widely used in E. coli bacteria. The cloning vector, the ampicillin gene encodes for ampicillin resistant protein, and the tetracyclines are the gene encode for tetracycline resistant protein, have specific restriction sites for the different restrictions endonucleases, that is the BAMH I, Sol I, Hind 3, Sol 1, Hind 3, Clay 1, Icori, PVUI, that is the PST1. Presence of more than one recognition sites within the vector with complicate the DNA, that gene cloning, and the ligation of the alien DNA, that restriction site present in one or the two antibiotic resistant gene. These are the cloning sites. It inactivate the gene enabled to choose the transformant from the non-transformant. It is also enabled for that. This is the picture of the PBR 322. You can find here the different sites, the different areas of the gene. If alien DNA is ligated at a BAMHI site in tetracycline resistant gene, the recombinant DNA chooses its trans-resistant against the tetracycline, the transformant recombinants. So transformant can be selected from the non-transformant. It is plating the bacteria on ampicillin, it containing the media bacterial growth, and the transformant growing in an application transfer to the tetracycline media. It cannot grow and a non-recombinant grow due to the gene gets inactivated or insertion. So it is going to be used for the differentiation of the recombinant and non-recombinant both. Selection of recombinant due to inactivation of the antibiotics, antibiotics combustion process due to simultaneously plating or the two different antibiotics. Alternative selective marker that develop differentiates to procedures color in the presence of the chromogenic substances. The recombinant DNA sequences is inserted with the coding of the sequence of enzyme beta galactosidase. Inactivation of enzyme, that is insertional inactivation. So this is going to be used, and the presence of the chromogenic substrate, that is the beta galactosidase, that blue color colonies of the bacteria with the plasmid with the no insert, and the presence of insert and activation of the beta galactosidase colonies did not produce any color that is identify the recombinant colony. So with the help of this we can identify the recombinant and the non-recombinant colonies of the sites. The next is the vectors that are used for the cloning genes in the plant and animals. There are two types of vectors, plant vector and animal vector both. Plant and virus transform the eukaryotic cell by delivering the genes. In plant, the Agrobacterium tumefaciens. It is the pathogen of the dicot plant basically. It delivered a DNA piece, the T transfer tDNA, and transformed a normal cell to the tumor, tumor cells, which produce the chemical required by the pathogens. Another is known as the retroviruses. It can transform the normal animal cell to the cancerous cells, known as the retroviruses. And understanding of a mechanism of delivering the genes by pathogens to their host cell, it can help to understand the tools of the pathogens and can be used to deliver the genes of an interest in the human being. So tumor inducing plasmids, it is known as the TI plasmid, tumor inducing Agrobacterium tumefaciens. It modified into the cloning vector, the non-pathogenic to plants, and have the ability to deliver the genes of interest to variety in the variety of the plants. It is used as a plant vector. And retroviruses disarmed the delivered genes of the interest in the animals also. When gene of interest is ligated into the suitable vector, it transferred into the suitable host bacteria, plants or animal, and it is multiplied. So this is the plant vector TI plasmid, tumor inducing plasmid, Agrobacterium tumefaciens. It is the bacteria having a circular TI plasmid. The tDNA, this tDNA in the first step, it cut down with the help of the restriction and endonuclease enzymes, and the DNA containing the gene for the desirable trait, insertion of the genes into the plasmid using the restriction enzymes with the help of the DNA ligase. The recombinant DNA TI plasmid is formed. It is now introduced into the plant cell for a culture, and in the plant cell, if it is going to be cultured, in the third step, the regeneration of the plant, the tDNA carrying new genes within the plant's chromosomes and plant having a new traits. If it is introduced into the plant, it having a new traits. So this Agrobacterium tumefaciens is used as a plant vector. Animal vector, you can hear the host cell. It is a retrovirus. The retrovirus is used for the reverse transcription, known as the reverse transcription. The viral RNA is introduced into the animal cell, and after the combination of the RNA DNA hybrid, and when it is introduced into the nucleus, so many proviruses are formed with the help of the reverse transcriptase enzymes, the RNA genomes for the next viral generations. So many viruses are making copies having that characteristics of this recombinant DNA. So this is used in the animal vector or animals. What is the competent host? Now there is the requirement of the host for the multiplication of these copies after ligasing the foreign or desirable DNA into the vector. So vector have to introduce into a competent host. The recombinant DNA should enter into the transformed cells, but the DNA cannot enter cells in a medium without the treatment of the hydrophilic. Without the hydrophilic treatment, DNA cannot enter inside the cell. So host should be made competent to take up the DNA or the vector DNA. Easily host is not going to take up the DNA, vector DNA. So different treatments or the techniques is used to make the host competent for it. One is the chemical treatment. The chemical treatment is the treating host or the bacteria with a specific concentration of the divalent cation, the calcium ion, that increase the efficiency and make the DNA enter into the cell wall of the host. Another is the heat shock treatment, the sudden change in the temperature mixture of the recombinant DNA technology of the host cell, and incubation of the host and rDNA on ice and then packing. This is the heat shock treatment. The incubation of the host and the recombinant DNA both on the ice and then placed into at 42 degrees centigrade and then back to the ice. It has enabled bacteria to take up the recombinant DNA or the vector DNA. Second thing is used to introduce the vector DNA into the host cell is the microinjection. It is recombinant DNA directly injected into the nucleus of the host cell, very common in the animal cell. So it is also used in the IVF technology, microinjection. Second is the bioelastic or the gene gun. A gun is used to place this gene. The host cell bombarded with the high velocity microparticles of the gold and tungsten. Gold and tungsten is going to introduce bombarded over here, and the microparticles are coating with the recombinant DNA. It is used for the plant cell mostly. Next is the disarmed pathogens. Disarmed means the pathogenicity of the vector is removed. The disarmed pathogens allowed to infect the host and transfer the recombinant DNA. So if we are going to allow to infect the host cell, it always or already transfer the vector DNA into the host cell. So techniques to introduce the recombinant DNA. This is the microinjections techniques, in which a microinjections needles with the foreign DNA. It is used into the cytoplasm by holding the pipette nucleus cells. This is the technology is used to introduce into the plant cell. So this is all for the today's. Thank you and have a nice day.